Hi there, my name is Jacob Bowden, and the question today is, what is a healthy media diet? Well, I would argue that a healthy media diet is difficult to define. Is media in general healthy at all? Is video in the classroom better for a learner than reading with images? Because reading with images is more engaging. You have to work harder, which also means that the learner doesn't learn it as well. However, different parts of his brain is being exercised. So that's just a question of whether or not you want that to be exercise or informational. So, the question, or a question to ask in this regard, is how did media enter your life? How was its use introduced to you? So, like any alterator, because media is, in general, in any form, is an alterator to the mind, just like alcohol or marijuana or anything, or chocolate even is an alterator to the mind. It releases chemicals that alters your state of mind, which is the desired effect. In most cases, one word for this, an extreme word, would be escapism. So, in terms of creating a chart for a healthy platter of media for everybody, there is no all-to-end-all pie chart for it. Everybody is different. And let me prove this in a way. So I created this Venn diagram that generalizes in some fashion the categories of media that exist within our world today, because it's a technology that was very recently introduced. It wasn't around forever. It was around, its beginning was very recent, in fact, and just like with any technology, there is a huge transition period. So I've narrowed it down to tools and recreation, and in categorizing, I actually had news and the tools, communication in kind of the middle still, games and recreation, and then I emphasize escapism here. So let me break down each one, and kind of what I mean by these. News is informational, and it is the thing that your dad watches after work when he sits on the couch and cracks open a beer, that in the game. It is a form of stimulation, and it is a form of alteration, ultimately, as well as informational. So it lies within both categories. And so does communication, obviously. You text a friend to either create a form of convenience, or you use it as a form of entertainment to chat with another human being, which is both important. Games is interesting because it was on the recreation side. However, I used to subscribe to a program called Lumosity back when I would just spend my money recklessly, $100 a year. This program is designed to exercise your brain. It was actually really cool. It was daily games meant to exercise certain parts of your brain. And so I used it as a tool very consistently until I just kind of stopped using it, and then I unsubscribed. But not just recreation. There's actually been studies in old folks' home of sections of people actually participating in mind-stimulating games, if you will. The whole breakdown is stimulation and thus escapism from our present life. We always try to escape to the past or the future or a different realm. I just feel like this is kind of the consequence of human consciousness. So in conclusion, I would say, like any normal diet, everybody's media consumption is based on experience, introduction to the alterator, and necessity based on environment. It's a very subjective subject. So there's no pie chart that is suitable for everybody's media needs. Everybody was introduced with a certain form of media based on their environment, and through that they have obtained a perspective about their use of media that has shaped their own little bubble. And that is the message of this. Media is a very broad subject, and it is used for a huge variety of things.